want to make it clear here at Races and Fun that we have not received any monetary benefit from Slanman Customs to make this review today. We have received tracks from Slanman Customs and been asked to make an honest review about their product. Thank you to Slanman Customs for sending in the awesome tracks that we will be discussing today. With the 180-degree banked curve you see here right now, well, these curves are extremely easy to assemble and they fit perfectly with the Hot Wheels track. Could not be any more convenient. They're also very sturdy and durable and allow for really smooth racing amongst the vehicles. It's well built, just like the 45 modular curves, which are a little bit more versatile as a track creator. You can adapt these modular curves to fit chicanes, as you can see here, as the car runs smoothly through them. You can use it for 90-degree turns. You put two of them together in the same direction. And you can also use it for 180-degree turns if you have 4 of them to string it together. Not to mention 3 of them being a nice intermediary curve if you want to go for something unusual. The tracks again are very smooth as the cars race through them, stable and durable, and really a great product that fits very well with the Hot Wheels track. As it slides right into there, no trouble at all. For more information about all the products, prices, and shipping, you can visit Slanman Customs on Facebook and Instagram, or at slanmancustoms@gmail.com. Well, the question of the day is, what do you think fantasy cars fantasize about when they're not on the course? Personally, I think it's got to be Slanman's custom 180-degree hairpin turns. Nissan and Lotus E-Spirit to start us off. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan. Jumping right into it, it is a fantasy car tournament today featuring your very own Slanman's custom 180-degree turns 4 times here on the hairpins. The Lotus E-Spirit, well, he was running really well at first, and here we go, we're about even now as we head to that 3rd turn. Here we go to the overpass, and falling back, that green car, here he comes towards the acceleration, maybe, no. That final hill, they're both very slow. I don't know if either of them are gonna finish the race at this point. Over the hump, woo-hoo-hoo. Man, that was embarrassing for both of them. One of them barely made it, the other one, well, he's moving faster back towards the hairpin. I'm hoping these times that we've seen are not the true benchmark for what we're gonna see today. 1769, man, if it was 7, we'd be speaking a different language. Lamborghini, Centenario, and a Street Creeper. Street Creeper, looking odd as usual, front wheels coming up off there to start. That will be a dock in speed. Lamborghini now getting that 2-length lead. Here comes the advantage. Street Creeper finding acceleration here in the 2nd straight, and now he's got the 2-length advantage. Lamborghini fighting right back here. 1 length now ahead. Can he push it to 2? And yes, here comes the overpass. Now it is the Lamborghini by 3 lengths ahead. 4 even. The final turn, and the Street Creeper can't roar back. He does there for a second, but there's not enough straight. And here comes a better benchmark time of 13:81. Remember the previous video, Fantasy Cars and Mustang, we cut it down to about 12:54 at the best time. Speed Spider Porsche rolling up against it here, but the average time was about a 13:50, maybe 13:30. So seeing that 13:81 certainly soothes my spirit a little bit. And there they go, and here comes the 2nd curve, and that odd-looking dark blue vehicle really struggling out there on the course. Here comes the underpass. And it looks like the Porsche is going to hold through, but here comes that navy blue odd vehicle. Kind of looks like a bug out there if you ask me, and the Porsche didn't seem to be stopping for questions. He comes across with a 15:06. Pretty pitiful in time, but he's still moving on to round 2. The Driftster and the Koenigsegg. We saw Koenigsegg in the Relay King tournament, I believe. But the Driftster, we haven't seen for quite a while. Driftster holding to the right side there and will find A loss of a lead as we head through towards the third hairpin. Koenigsegg holding a lead, but here comes the drifter. Can he drift that inside line and take the lead? Yes, he does. Beautifully so, but they hold even towards the last turn. Drifter, the inside again, and he will win by a few lengths. What that time on the clock say? 14:45. Disappointing for sure, but we have more racers to go. Jaguar F-Type and the Ultra Rage. Jaguar, and he'll start out just a little better than the Rage, but Ultra Rage, as his name suggests, hopefully he'll get angry here and come back into fury, and there he goes, 2, 3, 4 lengths ahead. All that acceleration coming through that first hairpin, used it very well, and he's got outside lines here. Can he still hold that lead against the Jaguar? Well, he will take to the fourth hairpin, not much room left for change, and there we go, the Ultra Rage. With a 13:06, that will be the best time of the day, and sad to see the competitor not able to advance with a 13:32. Dune Crusher and the Koenigsegg. Ultra Rage holding that best time. Will Dune Crusher or Koenigsegg be anywhere near that 13:06? Right now, the Koenigsegg is quickly holding a lead, but here comes the Dune Crusher here in the third straight. It's the longest straight of the course. We really go past the other structures to get to that final curve. Dune Crusher crushing it through this last sector, and he will find the finish line much quicker. 15:13, so not even close to that best time, but at least he will be moving on as well. Bad to the blade, fantasy car. And bad to the blade, well, I had to pause there for a second. That's quite an epic name, Bad to the Blade. Wow, let's see if he can hold true with his racing performance. He's now behind by a little bit, but here comes warning back here. There's some acceleration, and he's got inside line. Ooh, that underpass, that overpass hurt him for a second. He had to go uphill for a moment, and he almost lost all chance for a lead there, but, well, he crosses the line, and finally, with a mediocre time of 14:44. A lot of fours, but not a lot of promise for later. Zombot and the Nash. Zombot. Well, that doesn't look like good aerodynamics, to be honest with you. Nash maybe a little better, but halted with that giant engine on the front. Right now, the Nash finally squirreling back to the lead here through the third straight, but the Zombot actually holding true as well, and both of them not looking that slow out on the track, actually. The Nash finally pulls back ahead. The final turn, is it going to be close? Not that much, but the Nash will cross pretty quickly and put up, by far the best time. That's a 12:89, and even the Zombot with a 13:04. Sad to see him go. Alfa Romeo and the Volkswagen. Ooh, Volkswagen. And you saw that startle there at the beginning. That's going to cost him half a second at least. And, it's not rolling well for him as we head to the second straight. No burst of acceleration. He does get an inside line. Any advantage to be taken from that is now gone. Look at the distance between the two. Alfa Romeo, he can just coast at this point, but he needs to pick it up for times. He's looking pretty slow, honestly, through that third straight. What about the finish line? Anything good to come there? 14:26. I'm not even going to comment on the Volkswagen's time, but it's not good. Alfa Romeo. Well, hopefully he can pick up the speed in future rounds. Fig Rig and the Formula 8. Fig Rig, personally, one of my favorite names for a vehicle. Bad to the Blade's got to be up there, but there's something super playful and just memorable about the Fig Rig. Fig Rig not doing so well into the second straight, though, and he's starting to drop back. Ooh, look at the distance between the two. He needs to take it back here at the end, but there's some acceleration required to do so. And he does get inside line, but both of these cars look very slow. Honestly, I'm not sure if either of them are going to finish. Well, they do. Actually, the Fig Rig almost came back a little bit there, but he not enough straight at the end to accelerate. Both of them way over 15, so we're not going to be talking about them in the finals likely, but a win is a win. To the next round. 8 cars, and we got to trim the 4. Alfa Romeo and the Formula 8. Both of these vehicles looked like they had promise out there in their first race, but turned up very slow when we hit that time clock. I'm hoping they both come out a little faster this time, even if they can't break that 13 time. At least they can show they are a little bit better than what they performed in round 1. Alfa Romeo looking a lot better out there as we head towards the final turn. Maybe even a worthy time for the semifinals, even the finals. What is the time on that clock? Well, there you have it, a 13:28. That is a second shave off at least. And what a finish for the Alfa Romeo. He might be an actual contender as we head towards the finals. Nissan and the Dune Crusher. And I gotta say, I did not think that the Alfa Romeo had it in him to put up a very devious time such as that. But well, he shattered my expectations, and we'll see if the Dune Crusher can shatter the Nissan's hopes and dreams of moving to the semi-finals. Dune Crusher holding true through a lead, and they start to stagnate here in relative position. Now the Dune Crusher finds some more speed. He goes to the outside line, and there it all goes. Nissan, though, very slow as well. Both of these cars not moving fast to the final bit of track, and well, they'll barely cross, and that's just a sad time. I don't want to ever see a 16:54 that wins again here, but the Dune Crusher, well, we have to send him on to the semifinals. Drifsta and Porsche 944. Drifsta, whoa, and 2 lengths ahead right out of the gate. Well, that cannot be good for the Porsche. Remember, the Porsche did win his race last time, but did not have a very good time. Drifta, on the other hand, a little bit better, and we're hoping for positivity of time today. Can he go in the right direction and shiver it down a little bit more? And here comes the final hairpin, looking pretty good for the drifts. I gotta say, not the fastest I've seen, but definitely has some speed in those wheels. What will the time clock say? Well, I think I see a 14, and thus be so, 14:39. Not bad, but not great. Bad to the blade and the Nash. The Nash, well, he comes well out of the gate. The problem for the Nash has been the turns. That's where things have gone awry for his acceleration. I'm hoping he can keep things up well through these first 2 turns. Well, there you go. The first 2 turns look great. What about the next 2? Nash might even be able to put a 13 time on the board if he can continue in this likeness, looking really speedy out there. Bad to the blade, not so good, and that's a 12:93. Commenting on his weaknesses, and all of a sudden, well, we got a new best time out there today. Well, we did have a 12:89, but that's close enough. Ultra Rage and the Lamborghini Centenario. Ultra Rage, well, we saw what happens when he gets angry. And the Lamborghini, well, we saw what happens when competition is a little easy. Both of these cars could use for a better time. Ultra Rage looking to break 13, and by the speed he's putting up right now, he may do so as he rolls around towards the last curve. Starts to slow down a little bit here in the 3rd straight. Can he hold through to the last? Yes, he can! 12:72. I had to go quiet there. I was just so in suspense. He looked like he broke 13 for a second. I couldn't believe it, but we got by far a record time today. 12:72, and that's got to be impressive at least. We do head to actually the quarterfinals because we have 5 cars, Dune Crusher and the Drifts, though. And one will get a bye into the semifinals. Dune Crusher falling behind. Drifts, on the other hand, really stretching things out as we head towards the next hairpin. Right now, I am just very speechless over the Ultra Rage and the performance he put out so far today. Started out good, then ended better. If you only look at the first 2 rounds, let's see if he can hold it through the later rounds. He might even get the bye this time for the best time, 14:68 for the Drifts, so he will be in the semifinals, but honestly, not for long. The Nash, the Alfa Romeo, both cars of which who started mediocre and came back much faster. Alfa Romeo had to do a whistle there because, well, that was terrible start, and that's gonna do him in as far as time goes. I wanted to see him continue to cut down times as we head up in rounds, but the Nash Well, he actually got a good start out of the gate, so looks very good for him. He's still very fast here to the end. We might break 13 once again, and we do with the best time ever. On this course with a 1250, that's even better than last video, Mustang vs. Fantasy Cars, where we had a 1254 from the Mustang 13. A white vehicle, if you remember. And the Nash is like, well, let's keep it going. Ultra Rage and the Nash, certainly gonna be a fun battle to see, but first thing we have to do is get rid of the drift stuff. Hate to be so blunt about it, but I mean, he is quite a bit slower than the other two vehicles. Can he pull an upset? I'm rooting for him. I really am. I really want to see him pull the upset here as he goes up against the Ultra Rage, but, well, if you're a betting man or a woman, it may not be the best car to put your money on. On the other hand, the Ultra Rage, it looks like he's staying at least a mediocre level of angry as he's rolling towards those finals, and that he will do. The final turn looks good for the Ultra Rage, and he'll cross the line with a 1295, definitely within striking distance of the Nash. Nash may never put up a 1250 again in his life, but they will both move on to the finals. Now here, the finals will work, and you'll see it come up on the screen here. And it will be 4 passes, 4 races they'll have to put up the best overall time. Now this one is exciting, because it's not always about winning the most races, it's about having that one race where you are by far the fastest. We know the Nash can do 1250, we know the Ultra Rage can do 1272, and we know both of them have it in them to put up an even better time here in the finals. This is definitely the time to do it. Can they do it? 4 chances to make it happen. Ultra Rage holding a lead by quite a bit. He will have the best time of this race, but will it be enough to hold through the 4 races? 1269! And I gotta say, we're really trimming close to that 1250 mark, and it's looking really good for the Ultra Rage right now. Nash, tough start in the first race, and he come back here. He's got to come back here. He does have some acceleration here to the second straight, does get inside line, and now he's back even with the Ultra Rage. Ultra Rage looking to push ahead. There he goes by a length, just ahead of that giant engine, and they do come back even here. The final turn, it is the Nash looking for it here on the outside line, and he's got it, whipped out of that final turn quickly. What time do we see? Woo, 1253. Man, and these cars both going out of the 1261 for the Ultra Rage. Both cars putting up some of their best work here in the finals. We're only halfway through all the intended races. Ultra Rage, best new time personal record of 1261. The Nash, holding true just a little bit above his personal best of 1253. The question is, how will this third race look? Nash coming through, will be the winner again. What does the time say? 12:59, so not as good as the previous race, but the Ultra Rage is still within striking distance. I think he's got it in him if he can stay true here in the final race. He does gonna get 3 inside lines here in the final push, but the Nash again pulling ahead. He'll get inside, and here he goes. Ooh, the Ultra Rage getting angry here in straight 3. He pulls ahead. Now he goes to the inside, and he's got a few lengths. Will this be enough to undercut 12:53? The final push to the end. Here's the time clock. What does it say? Not even close. Still a very formidable time against most vehicles, but the winner is clear. It will be the Nash with 12:53 in the second heat. Definitely commendable, as he had the best overall time today of 12:50 and the best time ever on this course. Congratulations to the Nash for winning this fantasy car battle. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.